So, what you're here for. Thank you again for joining us. And we're going to kick off Modernize CX with AI for GoTo Connect. Without any further ado, I'd love to introduce you to some of my colleagues here at GoTo. First, we have Gina Whitty, our Director of Product Marketing. And then we also have Guillaume Alri, our Senior Product Manager. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining. How are you today?
Good. Happy to be here.
Awesome.
Very good. Thank you, Danielle. Thanks for having
Awesome.
us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So excited to get started in today's program. I think everyone is excited as well. It's been highly anticipated. So, what is on the docket for today? First, we'll start with GoTo's core trends of tenets, of AI. After we cover those core tenets, we'll move over into how AI can boost productivity, insights, and assistance, and then followed with a glimpse into the future of AI solutions from GoTo. And then, like I promised, we'll end today's session with a live Q&A. So today's session, of course, is brought to you by GoTo Connect. Here at GoTo Connect, we help people and businesses do their best work simply and securely from anywhere. GoTo Connect offers a full suite of capabilities you see here, including GoToWebinar, which is what's driving today's session. We have a number of flagship solutions to meet your communications needs and offer key integrations to market-leading business solutions. But enough about us. GoTo Connect at a high level. Let's go ahead and get into what you're really here for. So with that, Gina, I will go ahead and pass it to you.
All right. Thanks, Danielle. So before we get into discussing technology and how helpful it can be for your business, I want to first talk about how technology is simply an enabler to achieving the outcomes you're looking for. So through various people and processes in your business, the more successful you are at really centering the customer and their experiences interacting with your business, the higher the degree of success these technology enablers will have, right? So for instance, making it easier for your customers to reach you either through various channels or all hours of the day tells them that their voice matters, even if you can't converse with them right away, right? So when customers' needs are really at the heart of your business, our technology tools simply exist in the background to help you facilitate that connection and ultimately drive the main outcomes that we'll be talking about today, which are productivity, insights, and self-service. So I know that everyone these days is saying that they're AI powered, but what does that really mean for GoTo? Well, productivity, insights, and self-service are our three main value pillars that we focus on to deliver low barrier to entry, practical AI for your business. Before breaking these concepts down, however, I do just want to touch on the approach that we take to AI here at GoTo. So we aim to leverage generative AI and its ability to understand, augment, or replace those human interactions, right? And this advances the quality and efficiency of your customer experience while opening the door to new opportunities previously considered cost prohibitive. It's no longer the case that AI is only accessible to enterprise corporations. We're putting it into the hands of our customers by delivering practical, low barrier to entry AI that provides value without the costly implementation and maintenance price tags of the past. It it used to be that when AI solutions like a virtual agent were implemented, it'd take a good 6 months or more before the value was even realized. But today we can dramatically cut that down so value is realized sooner and at a much more achievable price point. And with that said, we'll break down these bits further and then show you some examples of how we've delivered this value. So the fact that these solutions are built into our single platform means that everything seamlessly works together without the additional management overhead or disjointed customer experience of point solutions. So that boosts your productivity right off the bat, right? And I don't need to explain why productivity is important, but how do we think about it when developing our AI solutions? We start by focusing on ease of use and a simplified platform to reduce complexity for routine tasks. And then we take it a step further by leveraging automations or easily surfacing information that would otherwise be difficult to track. So when these tools are used, that boost in productivity leads to cost savings and more time for your employees to focus their attention on more complex tasks or ultimately centering the customer. We're seeing that the businesses who have invested in AI are seeing this payoff in productivity and are increasing their spend in 2025 and beyond. And automations play a key factor here because it's not just about what the AI surfaces, but also how it's acted on that leads to these productivity advantages and cost savings. Secondly, insights are gathered when you just see, or they aren't gathered when you just see raw data on the screen, right? So context, aggregation, simplification lead to the insights that are not only inspiring, but actionable. Of the customers and partners we've interviewed, this is an important one because unveiling actionable insights is what helps customers to get their return on investment on their AI solutions. And most of that actionability centers around solving pain points or helping their customers. So ultimately, actionable insights lead to higher customer satisfaction. And lastly, self-service or the ability for the customer to help themselves is the ultimate goal, right? Deflecting calls while still providing an excellent customer experience leads to a whole host of benefits, cost savings, and productivity. While you've got powerful technology tied together in a single platform, it makes it easier for those AI enablers to pull together customer information that provide tailored, personalized experiences. So the AI can now know basic things like the customer name or profile information, but also more advanced information like how many times that person has reached out to you recently, and then it can act accordingly to enhance and simplify the customer journey, which leads to higher satisfaction. So I hope you're able to see that these key pillars aren't really mutually exclusive, right? But they're all very tied together. And as long as we center the customer and employ those smart, simple, practical AI solutions, we can get those business outcomes. So with that, I'll turn it over to my colleague Guillaume, who will capitalize on the value I've outlined and jump into the technology and where it is today. Take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Gina, for laying the groundwork. Now let's get into our first pillar. I will be addressing productivity here today. So earlier on, Gina talked about how AI solutions today come at a more attainable cost. And what we've tried to do is truly take an AI-powered approach to our platform by including AI features for all customers. So you get access to things like call transcription, AI assistance, interaction summaries, and more features that are continuously being rolled out. So right now, we're going to focus mainly on call summaries and how they can boost productivity. Since launching summaries nearly a year ago, we've seen a sharp uptake in adoption. And I think this customer quote here says it all. Not only summaries save time for this customer, but they're available automatically without any additional configuration or dips into other systems. Customers can easily access the call summaries right along with all their conversational data. So let's see how it's done in the following demo. While in the soft phone experience, agents can drastically reduce their wrap-up time. I'll just wait for recording to start playing here. So while using the summarization, there we go. While using the summarization tool at the end of the call, saving post-call work. Summaries also provide highlighted details into the conversation when viewing the call phone reporting. No more having to read through long transcript or listen to recordings. By streamlining workflows, AI helps your team stay productive and provide valuable insight all in one. Now moving on to our next value pillar, insights. As Gina mentioned earlier, GoTo unlocks actionable insights through sentiment and topic detection. We center the customer by monitoring their topics and tone, and then providing you with the right context or analysis to dig deeper. These AI-driven features empower employees and supervisors with tools to monitor and manage interactions effectively, in real time or historically, leading to continuous customer satisfaction improvement. So when we launched these features, we wanted to ensure we were meeting the needs of our customers in the most practical ways. So we conducted a beta program to provide white glove service, stay close to customer feedback, and ensure the solution met expectation. During that program, we gained valuable insights ourselves into how customers plan on using the solution. And some of the testimonials made all the hard work worth it, comparing our solution to a crystal ball and hearing about how these technical enablers delivered real business outcomes. So now let's hop over to the next demo. One powerful aspect of this solution allows real-time intervention by identifying calls flagged with a negative sentiment or flagged topics, and facilitates action by allowing the user to listen, whisper, or directly join the call to deliver improved customer experience when needed. Trends can then be analyzed by exploring historical data to uncover frequently mentioned topics and the sentiment patterns tied to them. Using the GoTo Analytics portal, you can quickly focus on problem areas like account cancellation in this example, and dig deeper into call details for additional context. These solutions help prioritize critical issues, which in turn saves time and boosts productivity. Together, these capabilities surface insights that go beyond just information. They empower business to take decisive action driven by data and improve customer interactions while delivering better business outcomes. And that's it for our Insights demo here. With that, Gina, I'll hand things back over to you for a peek into some exciting things we've got coming up.
Yep, that's right. Thanks, Guillaume. And I love those customer testimonials. It's so great to understand how customers are realizing the value of what we've developed. So thank you so much for sharing. And now I get to talk about some of the most exciting stuff we have in store. We're giving you a glimpse into the future of contact center innovation with our latest AI-powered Insights quality management solution, which is currently in beta and set for release in early 2025. So traditionally, only about 3 to 5% of calls are manually reviewed by contact center supervisors, and they're sitting there cherry picking them from a call list, leaving critical insights untapped, right? So as you saw earlier from that customer testimonial, any technology enabler that can be used in this time-sucking and manual process can be a real game changer. And what we did was create a solution that lets AI do all the heavy lifting and evaluates 100% of calls. So eliminating that manual evaluation process completely. And the calls are now automatically reviewed with 20 out of the box best practices evaluation criteria, delivering actionable insights at scale without any configuration whatsoever. So you just buy it, turn it on, and you're off to the races. And it doesn't just enhance quality assurance, it also transforms it, right? It identifies top performers and areas for improvement, which streamlines employee performance reviews and enabling targeted coaching to drive continuous improvement across your team. So far, our beta customers are raving about it, and it's been so fun observing them extract the value immediately upon implementation. So that concludes insights, and we'll move on to the last part of our webinar today, which I think is the most exciting. We'll talk about self-service or AI assistance. So the next thing we have in store for you in 2025 will be the AI receptionist, which just kicked into the beta, like what, a couple weeks ago, Guillaume? Yeah, I think we've had the highest amount of interest for this than any of our previous beta programs by far. So it's been really exciting. And I know you and the team are very busy keeping up with those customers. So referring back to our AI vision, right, the receptionist brings all the key value pillars together in a way that's about replacing and augmenting those interactions around the clock, right? It allows customers to the ultimate self-service assistance and also increases productivity by augmenting those interactions and drives insights by providing bot and human analysis all together. Because it's developed with generative AI, the best part is that the configuration and setup of the bot is so simplified that it has the typical time to value of previous bot solutions, right? So that's super big, right? You could turn it on and it's, again, off to the races. And I'm super excited to show you what we have in store. So let's get into it. So here we go. The first glimpse of our upcoming AI receptionist. In the first part, we wanted to highlight what is how you get started with the AI receptionist, right? It's so simple. You'll log into the GoTo admin interface, and you'll notice a new AI section. Here, you can create and configure your AI receptionist with just a few steps. When you create a new bot, you'll give it a name and some general attributes to start its construction. And next, you'll define its knowledge, right? To equip this receptionist with the information it needs to handle queries by importing or creating knowledge articles. So this is me just quickly creating them and typing them up. And after you save those, you'll come back to the bot configuration to set its behavior, its personality, and ultimately the knowledge to tailor how it will interact with your customers. So it's fun to give it different voice tones or personalities of the bot. Lastly, you'll customize its abilities, ensuring that it performs tasks specific to when you need it. So basically, this is where you're connecting those knowledge articles with the bot itself, right? With that AI brain. So in this example, Taylor, the bot, is a customer support bot capable of routing calls and answering some basic support questions. And once the bot is all configured, you'll attach it exactly where you want it in your phone system using our already familiar dial plan with the new node for AI Receptionist. We plan on implementing in additional channels as well, but the voice channel will be available right away. So in this last part, we'll show you how we're able to observe the bot's behavior. Just like any other real-time features, in the event that the bot is routing or escalating calls to a human, the summary of information will be passed along in the softphone. So for easy ROI calculation, you can also view a snapshot of its performance by understanding how much it's worked and how successful the interactions were, either directly in the bot or through the GoTo Analytics app, making monitoring the customer experience effortless. So just like a human agent, you can track how well your AI receptionist handles customer calls and measures key outcomes, including resolution rates and customer satisfaction, all at a glance. And while we easily aggregate all call data, you can better compare human or bot performance by being able to filter, slice and dice the data as needed, all while ensuring your team stays really centered around the customer experience, right? And finally, just like any of your other interactions today in the analytics app, you can dig deeper into specific calls and easily understand exactly what took place and how the bot behaved for ultimate trust and transparency. So here you can see the reference knowledge articles and the decisions it took in that call. All right, so that concludes the demo. And we're already flying right through things, but I can see you guys already have a good amount of questions. So I'm really excited to have a further dialogue here. But so I hope you liked what we showcased today and were able to connect the dots of how these practical technology enablers help you to achieve these desirable business outcomes of productivity, insights, and self-service. And with that, I believe we have a short poll before opening up for Q&A. So back over to you, Daniel.
Hello, awesome. Thank you guys so much for that amazing session. The content was great. I'm super excited about what we have coming up, and I'm sure our audience is too. Before we hop into questions, in case there's anyone who just needs to go ahead and get out of here, we want to make sure we have an opportunity to ask you guys if you'd like to go ahead and speak to a go-to expert. So I'm going to go ahead and launch this poll and let us know if you'd like for us to reach out to you. If you have questions that maybe you want to walk through one-on-one, get a personalized demo, whatever it is you may need, let us know and make sure we connect with you as soon as possible. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for the heart. Yes, please show us your reactions and let us know what you've been thinking so far. Feel free to give our speakers a round of applause. They've been doing an awesome job. Yes, thank you. Great. Perfect. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. And I see someone has raised your hand. If you have a question, we do ask if you can drop it in the question tab, and we will definitely make sure we get to it. And we're actually going to jump into key questions right now. So without any further ado, let's hear from you guys. All right. So first, this is a good one here. Does AI Receptionist have the ability to use our EMR's API, sorry, to also book appointments?
Yes, so employee management records, or so I know what this is. Basically CRM, right? For healthcare, I believe. So the initial launch is focusing mostly on the adoption and simplification, right? So we, we mentioned, we were doing an extensive beta, and we're working with customers and kind of co-creating some solutions. And through that, we have definitely been able to integrate with CRMs and other tools, and especially things like inventory databases, right? For like a manufacturer, so the bot can answer questions about what may be available and process ordering. So it won't be available in the initial release, but we will very quickly move into that for sure. And there's some of the integrations that you'll find out of the box, like to some of our key integration solutions. Otherwise, we plan on developing it very extensively so that APIs can be hooked into, and if you've got any customized solutions, we can tap into them. So that's the plan. But yes, that definitely, I love that what you're thinking, that that's the key to unlocking a lot of the values, the integrations and automations. So yeah.
Awesome. Yes, we're picking up what you're putting down and we love it. Awesome. Next question. Can anyone sign up for the beta program and how do I do it?
So it's a
Yes,
good one,
of
yes.
course.
So we had an open beta that rolled out just a month back, and the amount of prospect that signed up was actually amazing, quite a bit overwhelming. So it's a good problem for us right now. We're currently in the vetting process, and we just started enabling the functionalities to our beta participants. Is there still place for people on the beta sign up list? We are thinking maybe in beginning of next year, depending on the conversion of the prospects we've had, to maybe open it up. But right now, it's kind of a closed beta, if I can say.
Perfect.
But if you
Awesome.
do have a CSM or partner manager, feel free to reach out to them. We can circulate the sign up form. It's just a survey, and we track those.
Perfect. And then Liz wanted to make sure that she heard correctly exactly when AI receptionist will be available.
So we're currently targeting May, but as we mentioned, we'll have this extensive beta. It'll be commercially available in May. It is available to our beta customers now as we're onboarding them. So essentially, we see kind of a slow rollout, and we just want to make sure that the technology is meeting customers' needs and is being adopted, and with the ultimate trust and transparency. So that's what's most important to us, rather than meeting a date. So
Yeah,
yeah.
perfect. And Sam asked, are the transcriptions, insight, summaries a feature we need to upgrade to, or is it now available for us already?
So I can take this one. Currently available are two specific add-ons that will include the functionalities we demoed today. I'd first like to talk about our advanced reporting add-on that allows to see, call transcription and call summaries inside the GoTo Analytics call reports. And the second add-on we have is our contact center CCAI optimization add-on, which provides, a bit more feature set. Then we talk about topic detection, sentiment analysis, real-time supervisor recovery, where we see the detection of sentiment in real time. And our 2025 roadmap is packed with newly features. So as we saw, the interest for those functionalities on our contact center add-on, we're also thinking to bring those functionality also in our, base level UC advanced reporting add-on as well. So you should expect to see topic detection, sentiment detection as well on the first mentioned add-on here, which would be advanced reporting. And the documentation on pricing is there somewhere available. So yeah, that's mostly it for the functionalities we demoed today.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It
Awesome.
is also, sorry, just to add to that, it is also
Please
available
do.
in our new CX offering as well, which is, yeah, includes the advanced reporting capabilities and yeah, a lot of that great stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, question here from Mark. When utilizing GoTo during conference calls or meetings with people calling in, can the AI be used to summarize meeting notes and take minutes during a meeting?
Yes. So I actually love this, and I love working for a company where we get to drink our own champagne, I call it. But we actually do this all the time internally. I'm not just saying this because we're on a webinar, but so we do have meeting summarizations and we do have action items as well. And it has saved us so much time internally. I mean, we yeah, use it all the time and you can share it very easily. It's all right available in the meetings app. So super helpful.
And maybe to add on the second part of the question, adding, uh, summarization on conference calls where you have more than two speakers, for instance, is a bit more complex as far as the technical solution. So it involves, identifying which speakers onto which channel. So there's a bit of work to be done there, but we definitely envision ourselves, improving on this solution right now. As of today, straight off the bat, it does support, two people calling, but yeah, conference call is a bit more trickier here.
Perfect. And let's see, Denise asks if the AI feature already enabled for users with with a customer engagement product, or is this a feature that needs to be added at an additional cost?
Yeah, great question. So customer engagement does have a number of AI features. I know there's the ability to leverage AI to write messages, and more items, as Guillaume was mentioning, will be available, such as the summaries. You can see also CE has the ability to look at chat summaries, but it's mostly on, so a lot of our focus initially has been on calls. So the, AI optimization where we showed the call summary, call topics, sentiment, things like that. Those are available either through advanced reporting, CX, or contact center complete. And then, yeah, those will expand into next year. And I believe it's actually not just the summaries, but also the sentiment that you can have on CE chats. So topics and things like that will be added next year as well.
Well, perfect.
And additionally, maybe to mention as well, Gina, our AI assistant, self-serve, also we have great hopes and intentions in our 2025 roadmap to not only cover the voice channel, but also various channels. So digital being one of them. You could see an overlap with CE here as well.
Great. All right, we got a couple more questions. I think we might be running out of time, so I'll get through two more and then I'll wrap it up to be conscious of everyone's time. Okay, Scott just asked, when in the process of helping people would the bot decide to transfer to a human?
Great question. So
Yeah.
we've actually baked the functionality into the initial foundational functionalities here. So at any time, if the caller, would like to, if the call goes south, if the AI receptionist can't handle the call, at any time, if the caller mentions, I would like to speak to a human, we've planned for escalation mechanisms in the solution to simplify exactly what I think it was Scott mentioned. So yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and it's also about, our primary focus has been, and the focus of this webinar has been about the customer experience, right? I mean, our goal, yes, ultimately the business outcome we want to achieve is called deflection and things like that, but the ultimate goal is to give a great customer experience. So the bot, these generative AI LLM bots are very smart, right? And when it comes to the conversational tone of things, they can detect pretty easily when, it's not like the old days where you had to specifically say agent or specific words, right? It's much more conversational in nature. They have a lot more knowledge out of the box and basically know what to do. So it's never our goal to kind of put the bot in the way of the customer achieving help, right? So we're just aiming to make it as easy as possible.
So no more screaming receptionist in the phone 100 times until love that.
Yes. And just
Perfect.
like transcription has gotten so much more advanced in the last few years, also just speech detection and the natural sounding voice of these bots is so much more clear. I think we've all had, bad experiences with, all of these old bots. And speaking as both a customer, right, but also as someone in product who's developed the I'll put it in quotes, but traditional AI solutions where you had to sit and you had to map all these words and these intents.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to do that anymore. I mean, first of all, that's what I was mentioning earlier. That's a huge time to value, right? I mean, it would take a good 6 months to sometimes a year for you to sit there and, oh, I listened to this call and the customer mentioned this thing. I didn't have this mapped in my voice plan for the traditional AI bot to mention. And now you don't need to do that. I mean, as you saw in the demo with a few simple prompts and some of the knowledge, the bot is able to pick up on that and really provide a very natural sounding conversational experience. Now, for ethical reasons, it's still really good to say, that you're speaking with a bot and you
Yes.
can talk to a human at any
Fair.
time. But it's gotten so much more advanced in the last few years than it had been.
Love that. Love that. That's awesome to hear. Again, as someone who's normally on the other side calling in. So great. Okay. Scott, you just had one more question that I loved. Could you use AI receptionist to replace the call queue selection? Press one for department and press two for department B, et cetera, et cetera.
As for those familiar with our dial plan solution, in there is the existing auto attendant node, which depends on pre-recorded sound clip, like the one Scott is suggesting here. Press one for support, press two for billing. Like this was typically one of the first use case we've addressed with our AI receptionist, being able to transfer to any extension on the account. And so, yes, definitely, first use case addressed here with the AI receptionist.
And it's
Great.
better, I mean, for the customer, for the caller, right? Because you don't have to sit there and listen through all the menu options. I mean, you have the ability to do that if you want. But as someone with very little patience, especially around the holidays, right? It's like, just, why are you calling today? Well, I need to talk to someone in support or billing or whatever. And it picks that up really easily. Or the beauty of having a UC and contact center solution all in one is that the bot can route to those individual queues if they are your support queues, or it can route to individual extensions, right? So there's it brings a lot of simplification to the entire routing administrative experience, but also to that caller and that customer experience.
Perfect. Perfect. I see a lot of our audience still hanging in. So I have like two more questions and then I promise we'll wrap it up. But I want to, if you guys are still interested in this, I want to get through it. So yeah, let's do two more and then I promise we'll wrap up. How many concurrent AI receptionist calls can happen at a time? And this came from Dawn. Yeah.
We didn't put any constraint at the moment. Well, I guess it comes down to a scalability issue. We'll see how good our engineers have done their work for the AIR to be able to scale and handle multiple calls at the same time. But the intention is that you can spawn, any number of receptionists to be taking calls. So if you have large call volume coming in, there should be no problem, with the AIR taking many, many calls at the same time. You can also create various receptionists with different, purposes. when we talk about the receptionist, it's all about, configuring for the foundational functionalities we've created, which, addresses routing and transfer inside the organization. So it all comes down to defining the ability and being able to give the context to the receptionist for it to be able to identify caller's intention and then route them in the appropriate direction. So yeah, back to basic question. Responding as many AIR should not be a problem.
Perfect. Awesome. And Liz came back with one more question as well. Just confirming that the bot can listen in on our calls to learn our staff conversation and adapt.
So actually, this has come up with some customer conversations. Obviously, we need to be very careful here because some industries like healthcare or others where we're taking, trust and transparency very seriously. That is not a very valuable option for those industries. Currently, the bot, because it's based on generative, AI and these large language models, the knowledge that you add to the bot is generally enough for it to do what it needs to do. We are not looking at ingesting call information or anything yet, and that's still your data. And maybe in the future, we will open it up for you as configuration options to say, hey, this was a really great call. Make sure you answer inquiries like this, or maybe even this was a really bad call. Try to avoid, these kinds of things, right? So even that aspect of the human in contact centers a lot, right? We talk about training and coaching and stuff, but the ability to train and coach the bot, first we'll start with the knowledge base and the ability for you to feed it the knowledge that it needs. And we will definitely open that up into, other sources, integrations, but then possibly even call transcriptions as well. So right now, your data is still private. We also get a lot of questions. I know this isn't mentioned explicitly, but we also get a lot of questions around your data privacy. That none of your data is exposed to train the AI models either for you or for the model itself for our consumption. So we take your privacy and your data very seriously.
And that's super important in today's day and age. So hopefully, everyone's refreshed to hear that. And you guys must be loving it because the questions are just great. Really quickly, if we could just answer these. We already have GoTo Resolve in the admin center. Will they work with AI?
Interesting question. We actually met with our Resolve counterpart this morning to kind of see if there was some, potential opportunity for collaboration because we've recently, Resolve is also working on knowledge-based concepts, skitting, and for instance. So definitely an opportunity for us to kind of revisit how the two products, Go to Connect, Go to Resolve, would eventually fit in one good experience. But there's still some work to be done here. Gina, anything you want to comment? I mean, this is fresh out of the oven. As we said earlier, we're rolling out these functionalities pretty rapidly, and like GoTo is a quite large company. Sometimes the communication between the two, it could be better, but like just it's important. We're
Yeah.
hoping to get a very unified experience between the two. So knowing that knowledge base is important in the GoTo Resolve product as well. Definitely a great opportunity for us to make things right and make this unified experience.
Yep. But you're asking the right people, so we'll definitely be following up.
Awesome. And then this is the last one. And then guys, we will get back to you one-on-one to answer any questions I might have missed. How long of a response can the AI receptionist provide?
Well, first of all, the latency is very short, so it's very natural in conversation. Um, I think I interpret the question to mean like how long can they hold a conversation on the phone? Um, and this is something we're currently kind of testing out, right? I mean, first of all, we want to protect against like dead air, right? If someone someone's just simply not on the line. You don't want to keep the bot just waiting and have some pretty meaningless data. But yeah, as long as there's conversation, it should stay engaged, right? So currently no limits, but yeah, definitely something to test.
As much knowledge as you configure it to be. So, I mean, we touched on how we would eventually be able to configure knowledge ingestion for the AIR to be able to answer questions. I mean, that's also can be limitless. As much knowledge as the bot has could define the length of the conversation. But to Gina's point, we will be putting safeguards into place so that the use case of dead air or never-ending conversation can be exploited here.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. You guys, thank you for the amazing questions. You guys were so engaged. We appreciate it. We love to hear from you. We love to interact with you, and yeah, we love to expand on what you're interested in. So, hopefully, you got just as much out of this session as I feel we got from you during this great Q&A session. So, I'm going to launch one more poll. If you've already answered the poll, you don't have to answer again. But this is just to make sure if there's anyone else who maybe changed their mind after listening to this great Q&A, or you didn't want to submit your question in this forum, or possibly we didn't get a chance to get to it. Here's just another opportunity to let us know, hey, reach out to me. I want to learn more of this today. Awesome. Awesome. Great. Yeah, go ahead and let us know. We'll definitely connect with you as soon as possible. Again, such an engaging audience. I'm just going to go send a heart for you guys. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. It's awesome interacting with you guys and having this opportunity. So thank you for letting us know.
agree.
If you'd like us to reach out to you, we definitely will. And with that being said, go ahead and make sure you learn more at goto.com/connect/features/AI. You will get this PowerPoint via email, so don't worry about trying to grab this right now. You'll have this coming your way soon. And with that, thank you guys. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Guillaume. Fabulous session. Everyone was truly engaged. I can tell that the content you guys delivered was top tier based on our audience reaction alone. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Back at you, Danielle.
Appreciate
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
appreciate the
Bye,
time.
everybody.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bye bye.